Hello everybody, I would like to welcome you all back to my channel once again, but this time I have some very sad news to share with all of you. Many of you out there have heard by now that this morning, this is being filmed at 12:10 a.m. on Monday, November 9th, 2020, but this happened yesterday on November 8th, 2020. The entertainment world has lost a true icon, and that is Jeopardy host Alex Trebek, who has passed away at the age of 80 after a near 2-year battle with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The news of Alex's pancreatic cancer first came about in early March 2019, and one of the very first things I remember was the day of it that he shared his diagnosis to the whole world. I was driving to work to get ready to go to work that night, and right when I had got there, before I clocked in, I had received a message from Rob Strickland asking me, "Did you hear about Alex Trebek?" And at that point, I had not heard anything. So I decided to check my Facebook because I saw that I'd been tagged in a post. My supervisor had tagged me in a post in regards to Alex Trebek. And when I saw the news, to say that I was devastated would be a huge understatement. Because stage 4 pancreatic cancer, unfortunately, usually does not deliver good results. Because as Alex Trebek himself said, normally the prognosis for stage 4 pancreatic cancer is not very encouraging. However, I do know that Alex Trebek fought his stage 4 pancreatic cancer battle like no one else could. I mean, he fought hard and he fought as long as he could. And even through the chemotherapy treatments and other treatments that Alex Trebek had, he never missed a day of work. He always attended the studio, even on some days when he was not feeling well. He would still drive to the studio and do Jeopardy because it was the thing he loved doing the most. And of course, everybody knows that Alex Trebek has hosted a wide variety of game shows, including the very first one he ever hosted, which was Wizard of Odds, which I know is a lesser known game show that he did for NBC back in the early 1970s. And then some years later, he would host a game called Double Dare, not the Double Dare that was on Nickelodeon that we all remember from the 80s, but a different version of Double Dare that aired on CBS. He also did High Rollers. He hosted Classic Concentration, just to name a few. But to me, Jeopardy is the show that Alex Trebek was best known for, which he first hosted the show in 1984, and he hosted all the way up until this year in its 37th season and hosting more than 8,000 shows. Now, as for me personally, when I first heard the news about Alex Trebek's passing, prior to that point, I had just gone to work that day and I had no reason to suspect that anything would happen that day. It would just be, another day. I would just be going to work, working my shift, doing what I normally do. So I had no reason to suspect anything. But then at that point, I receive a call on my cell phone from Ben Spinden, who you all know on YouTube as Ben71287. And normally, whenever I'm at work, I don't answer my cell phone unless I absolutely have to. But when I saw it was Ben who was calling, I got in touch with another manager and I asked, "Is it okay if I take this call real fast? It's an emergency." Because most of the time, whenever Ben Spinden calls me on my cell phone, 9 times out of 10, it's an emergency. So the other manager said it was okay, so I went to the back so I could take the call, and I asked, "Hey Ben, what's up?" And then Ben told me he received the news from Michelle Batten, and I said, "What news?" And he said, "Alex Trebek passed away." And then I said, I couldn't hear the name real good, so I said, "Who?" And then he repeated, "Alex Trebek." Whenever Ben mentioned Alex's name, I just stood there for a second in a state of shock, and I said, "What?" So, needless to say, that I was upset would be a big understatement. I was just devastated. to hear of Alex Trebek's loss. And to be honest, I honest to goodness thought that Alex Trebek was getting better. Because I know he's done a lot of interviews over the past year and a half. He did interviews with Good Morning America. He did an interview with Jane Pauley on CBS This Morning a year and a half ago. And I know in one of his last interviews back in the summer, he said that he was on an immunotherapy treatment, and he said that he was heading in the right direction. So I honest to goodness thought that his stage 4 pancreatic cancer was going to go into remission, because there are patients out there who have survived stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So if they can survive it, Alex Trebek could too. I had every reason to believe that Alex Trebek was going to beat this stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I had every reason to believe that. But as of November 8th, 2020, which that was yesterday, God apparently had other plans for Alex Trebek. It was his time to go. And I know there's still some episodes of Jeopardy that will air with Alex Trebek still hosting them. And I read a report saying that the last episode with Alex Trebek that will air will be on Christmas Day. But as for who the replacement host will be on Jeopardy, I really don't know at this point. No, that's something nobody knows. But if I had to make a prediction, I would say maybe Ken Jennings, but I honest to goodness don't know. I mean, Ken Jennings would be a great choice to take over as host of Jeopardy for Alex Trebek, but that's something the producers will decide. But I just want to say one more time, once again, George Alexander Trebek, better known to everybody, to the whole world as Alex Trebek, may be gone from this earth, but forgotten, he never will be. And also, because of Alex Trebek's passing, I am going to do a marathon of Jeopardy games on my channel, but as for when that will take place, I don't know yet. I'm also still in production for my Thanksgiving special, which will air 2 weeks from this Thursday. I still have some segments to do. But what I figured I will do is, I'll just kind of do some games in between. Like, I may do a segment of my Thanksgiving special and upload it. And then following that, I'll probably do a Jeopardy game. And then I will post that in Alex Trebek's memory. So as for when that will take place, I may start on it sometime this week, but I'm honestly not sure yet because I have a very busy work week ahead of me. But there is going to be a marathon consisting of various Jeopardy video games in Alex Trebek's memory, and I may show some Jeopardy games that I have in my collection, like video games, board games, yada yada. So be on the lookout for that soon. And also, one other thing before I close this video, that the whole world knows how much of a big Jeopardy fan I am. I've played a lot of Jeopardy games on my YouTube channel, and I'm still going to do that. But a lot of my friends, family members, and coworkers know how much of a big Jeopardy fan I am. So earlier today, I received a lot of messages today. I received a lot of text messages, Facebook messages, Facebook posts. So I just want to say to everybody out there, whoever sent me a message today, I just want to say thank you for checking on me, and thank you for sending me those messages. It really means a lot to me. I want to thank you again. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video of my tribute to Alex Trebek, and I will do some Jeopardy games sometime down the road in Alex Trebek's memory. Am I going to do all the Jeopardy video games I have? The answer is probably. I'll do some Jeopardy games for the DOS, the NES, the Game Boy, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, the Sega Game Gear, the Sega CD, PC games, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, PS2, etc., all the way up to the Nintendo Switch. Now, it's not all going to be done in one day. I'll just say that right now. It's not all going to be done in one day. I may film one Jeopardy game and post it one day. I may do one game another day, maybe two. It just depends how much I can squeeze in. Now, I will say that sometime when I come home tomorrow evening, I may do another segment of my Halloween. No, not Halloween. Thanksgiving Day special. We're in November right now, not October. I'm sorry. I may film a segment of my Thanksgiving special and get it uploaded, or I may do a Jeopardy game in Alex Trebek's memory. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I may or may not. It just all depends how I'm feeling at the end of my day tomorrow. But I do want to say once again, be on the lookout for some Jeopardy games in Alex Trebek's memory soon. And I want to say thank you to everybody once again who who gave me a call or a message or a text message earlier today. And I want to say to everybody out there who's watching right now, thank you so much for watching this video. And one more time for Alex Trebek, although you are gone now, you will never be forgotten and your legacy will live on in many years to come. Thank you, Alex, for all you've done. Not just for Jeopardy and for television, but for everybody whose lives you have touched, myself included. May you rest in peace. And for everybody out there watching, thank you for watching this video again, and I'll see you all for that next video.